students. Today we are just going to have the second part of the mobile technology, whatever we have just started in the last session. And in this case, we are just going to go through basically the evolution of technologies, especially in terms of mobile technology and communications, just in a very primary level. And we're going to find it out from the first G to fifth G. Right now we are in, or we are going to have it in a full-fledged way with some basic ideas. So let's start. Now, when we're going to start with it, basically we are going to have mobile with the mobility. That means the word mobile technology is basically with the mobility, and without the mobility, mobile technology is not actually the term fits with the current time. Now, whenever I'm going to say that mobile technology, basically I'm going to connect anybody, anytime, and anywhere. That means your position and your location, it is being known to the other part of the world. So different type of supportive technologies, and whenever those technologies are working properly, you can connect to anybody, you can connect to anything, you can connect to any place. And whenever you're going to go for it, basically we are going to have different type of devices. And if you check it properly, in a larger way, better to say, starting from the very primitive type of communication technology. So for the telephone or mobile communications, or better to say the telephony is concerned, we can start it from the basic telephony. You can start from the left, then we are having quite good one. That means the good in the look itself, it's a landline set, we used to call, everybody used to have it, and that is going to be taken as a luxurious positions of a person. I'm having a telephone stand line or landline receiver. Then we shifted to mobile booth. That means anybody can avail the facility of landline, but not in at home, but you can find it out on the roadside. And that is, I think so, a very vast or vivid revolution so far that telephony is concerned. That means if you are in a place distant from away from home, you can also going to call back your home, provided you are having the landline at your home, or you can call somebody at some place by using a very nominal charges using the telephone booth. Then we have the personalized telephone set in various formats, and then we are going to get the current format, a very handy, a slick, stylish type of mobile phone, or better to say handset, with the internet connection, which can do near about everything what a computer set can do, or in some cases it is better than this in some technology which can be done in mobile that cannot be done in computers in a particular handy way. Now this is the development, we are also in a progress, but whenever we are in a progress, so let's find it out what the various technologies are going to have. And in most of the cases, it is nothing but integrations of various components and technology supported. Sometimes the towers are there, then satellites are there, then some different type of wireless frequencies and band spectrum is considered, various type of standards are being followed, various type of technologies are being followed, especially for the mobile phones. I better to say that we are going to use the terminology of cellular phone or cell phone, and we last sessions we have just gone through it, that whatever we have suggested, that a limited coverage under a particular low power transmitter, and in that it is called a cell. So in that case, whatever you are using, that's a cellular technology, but it is better. But to support that thing, and so that being in a cell, you can connect to the rest of the world which is not under that region. That is the supportive part and integration part. So let's find it out what the generations we are going to have. And in that case, let us start with the generation number 1, or the first generation. And in that case, it is simply one step ahead of the landline. That means you do not have the landline, but the voice quality is something like that you are going to enhance the frequency of that voice modulations without converting it to digital one. That means you used to provide the analog. In 1G also you are going to provide the analog, but in some enhanced mode. So it is in higher frequencies. Then you're going to get to the 2G, and in that case the first thing you can have, that is a textual message, and later it has been converted to MMS also, so that multimedia colorful messages as well as textual messages you can have it. And whenever you got into that, you can also have the concept of pager, which is right now in a totally obsolete term, but one time everybody used to carry a pager device, which used to be considered as a very luxurious position. Also, I'm having a pager, and monthly installments of payments are being, subscription is to be paid for that. but that is a 2G. Whenever they started sending apart from the voice, you can also send something textual. That means basically the data transfer in indirect way actually being started with the 2G, and that is basically with a GSM technology, global standard mobile technologies communications as are there. So the global standards, it is being followed from that particular part, and you can find it out. The frequency band is, it is not a gigahertz, it is 900 megahertz to 900 megahertz. That is the spectrum band whatever is to be followed, because it is just started providing something more than a voice, that is a textual data format, and that is it. And you have started that I can send some text also apart from the voice, whatever I cannot speak or whatever is the short messages that can be provided. Then it comes vital revolutions in the mobile technology, and I think the most sustainable technologies that we had for a longer period, that is the 3G part. People started viewing the navigations maps, whatever maps we can having in the global references, video on mobile, live streaming. We can have the better flexibility of YouTube. People started using YouTube in some other extent, and video on demand. These are the things, because we started using the GPRS edge connectivity, and I have installed one thing, and I have highlighted one thing called high speed with wide bandwidth internet, because whenever I'm going to shift from 2G to 3G, basically it's a higher range of spectrum. So whenever you had a 3G spectrum, the bandwidth is much more than whatever you used to get in the 2G. So the better bandwidth and expanded bandwidth is going to help you to transfer better amount of data through the same channel. I think the things are quite known to you. Now I have also mentioned one thing, 2.5G, which is just more than 2G, but which is not up to the level of 3G, because 3G was being actually in a way, so every day there was a technological advancement, but within the same periphery of the spectrum band. We used to call it a 2.5G. An upgraded technology that introduced a packet network. So normally the packet switching is there. We also know it that packet switching is there. That is the available standard way of transferring data, because transferring data started through mobile technology, and it is internet based, IP based things are going to come, but it indirect way, because whenever you started shifting the packets, obviously the target destinations and the source should be having some standards, which is supposed to be some identifications. So that's it. Then you can have the current one, whatever you are right now in, for a better way, that is the 4G and LTE. And in that case, the long-term evolutions of 4G, basically you are going to have the improved security, because whenever you are going to transfer to the online payment, online transactions, online shopping, especially e-commerce part, that has been totally been included and imbibed in the technology in the 4G and LTE. Most of the financial transactions and online survey, each and everything is fully dependent on this mobile communication technology, because most of the people started doing everything, especially all type of transactions and all type of form submissions for any purpose, especially the digital payments is being done to mobile. So whenever these things are being done, the encryption should be properly there, and there should be improved security. So in 4G and LTE, we are actually going to base on the IP based network, where the security is concerned, and the cost of data transfer of data is going to be quite reduced. Now that's the thing, that is the 4G. And then get back to the latest one, whatever is going to be started in some part of the world. It is just in the testing mode, sometimes it is also started implementing the concept, that is the 5G. Now 5G in this case basically Internet of Things, whatever I mentioned, the IoT, that it includes everything, the objects, the devices, the internet, the network, the artificial intelligence. With a wider perspective, it may happen that under the 5G, everything is possible, every access is possible, every data is being available. The things whatever you cannot do, everything is going to be applicable. And in that case, one type of inclusiveness is going to come, that nobody is going to be outside that boundary, but everything, whatever component, whatever suggestions you are going to get, whatever component you are going to access, whatever encryption you want, whatever standard you want, what are the conversions you want to make, everything can be imbibed. So that is the 5G, and you are going to have the excellent and extraordinary type of data access without any type of lagging or latency part, and that is the main thing. The latency is going to be the least, and you're going to have the more reliability, massive network capacity, and very high speed GPPS data speed. Most of the cases, whatever is being mentioned in the network support, whenever the SIMs are being sold or you're going to subscribe for any type of subscription for mobile communications, whenever you're going to get a SIM, whatever is being suggested, whenever it is being actually being implemented through mobile, you cannot get that amount of step. But whenever the 5G is going to come, the GPPS level of speed you can have with the minimum latency. That means the buffering time is going to be less, or there may not be a buffering time. You cannot find out the streaming of anything apart from the live thing. So streaming of a particular broadcasting or whatever you can have the live streaming, that is going to have the zero latency, so you cannot have any type of buffering over there. So that's it. So this is the very fundamental level with the basic technologies whatever you're going to have for the current one. So we are going to yet to implement everything of 5G, because the most of part of the world they are still in the 4G space. So whatever this 4G technology is there, we did not actually exploit the total content of whatever is supposed to be there. If it is up to the level, then only you can shift it to the 5G if you require it, because especially in terms of academics and e-commerce especially, and whenever it is going to come into the e-governance, so better the connectivity, more the speed, better the access, the transparency of e-governance is going to come. Financial transactions will be in line, because whenever B2B or C2B, or it may be government to public, all these type of connectivities can be tech dependent, transparency will be there. So implementation type of any of the scheme is going to be reduced, especially the time span is concerned. This is going to give you a very prospective growth to the entire society. So let's wait for that, and let's come back to the assignment part. Whatever you have learned, you just have to do one thing, that whenever I'm dealing with the mobile phones or whatever services we are having, you have to just find it out for all your academic and household applications, that what do you need and what do you think that your mobile should do for your academic purpose, because you are a student, and household applications. Now I think in that case you have to, what you have to do, you don't have to make any presentations, just you have to make a video of that thing, that whatever you want, you can present your own views, what are the things you want that your mobile should do for you in case of academics and household, and the duration of the video should not be more than 2 minutes. Now thank you for attending the session. Stay healthy, stay fit, and please take care of yourself, and please be ready for the next lecture. It may be on the mobile technology in the extended version, or it may be something else. Thank you.